Hi, hello everyone. This is Yun Wu from the Institute of Education. Here I got the higher level Living Cert Mandarin Chinese reading and writing paper in front of me. This is the third setting of the Mandarin Chinese exam. Overall, I think it is a comprehensive paper embedded with the NCCA course specification and the value that language in use. The paper called for the mixture of essential skills and a more mature connection of language and culture. So here's my thought. There's some minor changes to the paper, as was expected. But these changes did not increase the difficulties. Instead, the new elements required students to show a comprehensive set of skills, making sure they paid careful attention to the process of learning. Students' skill and knowledge were tested with different angles on reading, grammar, vocabulary, and so on. Let's look at the reading paper first. There are 4 questions in the reading paper with 80 marks in total, which are worth 20% of the overall marks for the subject. Section A, reading section, opened with a very nice question. Question 1, which focused on weather, time, and numbers. The questions were clear and tested some very practical knowledge, essential if our students were ever to visit China. Question 2 on animals that are national treasures showed that the exam setter really considered the cultural background of the student, both from China and Ireland. The material connected the iconic Chinese imagery of the panda with the black and white fleece of Irish lambs. This examined vocabulary of colors and the body part within the context of the culture for which this exam was designed. So question 2E was the excellent as it tested students' grasp of the logic of Mandarin language by making sure they understand the radical of each character. This means that the student not only needed to know what to say, how to read and write, but they know why. Knowing this information will help a student have a solid foundation for the further studies. So the radicals appeared in the text were 保字盖 means roof or roof with chimney. 四点底 means heat or fire. 木字旁 means eyes. 木字旁 means wood or tree. Question 3 focused on 3 famous ping pong players. Everyone knows that ping pong is called the national game of China. In this question, students will easily find the answer in the passage. Now, question 4, part C, was a translation question, which appeared for the first time at higher level paper. Well, this tested an essential skill. 4F required a more mature understanding to answer. Students were asked to compare the approaches to email writing in English and Chinese. So new learners may struggle to fully grasp the different intentions, while those who grow up with the language may struggle to verbalize something they may subconsciously feel through English. The question was very doable, but posed an interesting and fair challenge to students of all backgrounds. So now I'm going to give a few very simple points here for students to reflect on. So similarities could be both consist of similar parts, including the receiver's name, title, if necessary, salutation, mean body, expression of good wishes, and the sender's name in both Chinese and English email writing. The differences could be in Chinese email writing, you need to leave 2 empty spaces at the beginning of each paragraph. You need to write a column, punctuation mark in the first line after the receiver's name. Okay, now let's look at section B, writing section. The students need to choose one topic over 3 for both short and long essay writing. There are 80 marks in total, which are worth 20% of the overall marks for the subject. This section opened with 3 very practical writing prompts. The first 2 were about invitations and meetings, and those emphasized a series of expressions likely to be used in day-to-day life. Question 5C asks the student to write a short message to their friends in a way that probably is not true to life for the modern teenagers, but the theme and the vocabulary was very fitting. Students who were a little uncertain in how to approach the format could look back to the email in the reading section, question 4, as a helpful hint. The longer compositions of question 6 continued this approach of building the questions around the lives of a student. So question 6A was a new topic for the exams, festivals. But an open-ended question means a student could express their culture in any way they wished. Chinese New Year, Mid-Autumn Festival, St. Patrick's Day, and Christmas were all equally good choices here. So students could be very happy, very pleased. Option B echoed material prepared for the orals language portfolio sector, only updating the material to reflect their completion of their secondary school studies. In the oral exam, their language portfolios, which some students are always confused about or unsure of. These portfolios talk about how you learned language, what and why you learned, and your reflection on your learning journey. As the students only finished their oral exam during the Easter time, I believe that they will still have a very clear memory of this question. So question C asked about the student's family, which should be very familiar territory. This is the kind of a vocabulary that teachers often cover at the very beginning of the student's education in Mandarin. And so students had a chance to draw on some fundamental material. That was a more complex exam than previous years, I have to say, as a student needed to have a more comprehensive grasp of the language. However, this was made more approachable by making sure so many questions were rooted in the real experience of a student of Mandarin Chinese in Ireland. So well done, everyone, and best of luck to all for the rest of your exams.